G'day, second video on I Quit Sugar for Life by Sarah Wilson, here vlogging in the car. Basically, I want to refer to Sarah Wilson's discussion on page 24, her impression on veganism, which I think you might all find very interesting at home. Again, remember referring to her reference to the blue zones. In the blue zones, we had basically that, you know, the people with the highest life expectancies generally ate a low meat, plant-based diet. We're talking bread, we're talking vegetables, things like that. You know, sweet potatoes in Okinawa, bread in Sardinia. Adventists just being vegetarian by religious belief. So anyway, what are Sarah Wilson's impressions on veganism? Page 24, she's a skilled blogger and trend predictor. Can I be frank here? My research has led me to conclude that a meat-inclusive diet is, wait for it, more ethical, more environmentally sustainable, and more nutritious per calorie intake than a grain and legume based one. Why? In Australia, 22 times more animals are killed to produce the latter, meaning more animals are killed to produce vegetables and grains and legumes, and through destruction of habitat to make room for agriculture. So that's a very interesting thought there, Sarah Wilson, and you're entitled to your opinion, but equally so I'm entitled to mine. And I would just like to critique that in the public interest, based on my honest opinion. Again, we're just getting worried about defamation here. Certain people have been, you know, accusing of defamation. So, if that logic was correct, right? Let's assume that logic is correct, that a lot of animals are killed in agriculture. How does killing cows, who then eat the grains and legumes, which we generally, you know, we feed them grass, but we also feed them grains and legume feeds. So we're killing cows on top of the animals we kill to grow them grains and legumes to feed the cows, eating your grain-fed beef and your pork and whatever. Definitely not your pork, you know, even your free range, they're getting feed. How is that logically killing less animals? So you're killing animals on top of killing animals. And how is it more ethical to kill an animal than to not kill an animal? I question that logic. And on the environmental sustainability, I encourage everybody to watch Cowspiracy. I encourage everybody to bear in mind that even by conservative numbers, the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency of America, suggests that the second biggest cause of greenhouse gases at 24%, 1% behind energy and heating, is agriculture, particularly animal agriculture, because we know about the methane that comes out of the cows, we know about the manure, we know about all these things. And never mind the deforestation. Why? Yes, the deforestation to cut down the Amazon, to grow the soybeans, to then feed to the cows that we eat at Macca's, or we eat in, you know, our fancy Macca's without the bun burger in I Quit Sugar for Life. So we've got to just be honest here. I really strongly disagree with you, Sarah Wilson, about the ethical, environmental nature of meat eating. And if you want to eat meat, that's your choice. It's your choice. It's just, don't try and argue this is more ethical and more environmentally sustainable. I think that's highly questionable. Again, referring to your reference in the blue zones on page 4, we've seen that there's evidence to suggest that a plant-based diet, i.e. low to no meat consumption, results in better longevity, vitality, etc. You want to live to 100 plus, got to go plant-based. You got to cut out the meat. And back on the pork, and again, I'm sorry to hang up on this, you know, pork's just not kosher. On page 4 of your book, you mentioned that pork was what was in common with all the blue zones, with long life and vitality, etc. That Dan Buettner said that. Again, I'm contacting Dan Buettner. Parenthetically, in Okinawa, where they do eat pork occasionally on a religious occasion, that state is the highest consumer of spam, which is pork in a can. And unfortunately, they are the fattest state in all of Japan. Maybe there's a correlation. I'm not sure. So anyway, I wish you all the best, Sarah Wilson. You're big on the trends. I reckon you get on the vegan trend. You should see how many subscribers a lot of these vegan channels like Vegan Gains, Happy Healthy Vegan, Freely Jurian Rider, all these people, Vegan Nuggets, these people, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of subscribers. This is blowing up. It's blown up over the past 12, 24 months. You got to get on board. I reckon you're going to have another one to I Quit Meat for Life, and I reckon that'll be a really big seller, and I encourage you to do it. And maybe you'll make some corrections about some of the things you said in here. But again, you've said some great things in here about, you know, eating your veggies, eating quinoa, and some other good things. All right, anyway, see ya and see you, bye.